Hello and welcome, my friends. This is Jennifer from Mystic Star. I want to thank you guys so very much for spending some time with me today and watching this video. This is going to be a group reading in celebration of independence. As many of us know, most countries have that National Day of Independence to celebrate that independent leadership. We don't really celebrate and highlight our independence too much. We kind of take it for granted. So that's why I created this spread and are completing these group readings for you to look at that individual independence, to see how we can embrace and enhance it, and of course how to inspire those around you, because with independence comes leadership. So this is the spread that I created for my independence reading. The reason it came up for me now, as I've been kind of looking at over the past weeks of upcoming videos, I was very inspired by the beginning of July. I was born and raised in Canada, and July 1st is our Independence Day. And then a couple of days later, on the 4th, we have the US's Independence Day. So between the 1st and the 4th, I find it very exciting to embrace these energies. And that's why I brought out this spread and of course this video. Now, like always, I have a link below to this spread so you can access it in the future and as you need. Now, many of you have probably seen how this is a new deck for me. It's called the Dark Woods Tarot. It's created by Sasha Graham, and I love the energy. I couldn't wait to use it, and I couldn't think of a better spread to stretch the card's legs a bit. So of course, that's the deck I've chosen for this reading. Like always, there's a link below to this deck, so should it speak to you, you can go check it out for yourself. Now, the selections I have for this reading, I of course have the rose quartz, I have some serpentine, and then Auralite. I want you to quickly choose whichever crystal resonates with you the most, then go into the description box below and click on that timestamp for that crystal. It will take you straight to your reading, and I will see you there. Hello and welcome, my rose quartz friends. This reading is especially for you. Now, like always, I have the full tarot deck here, so you get the most comprehensive and meaningful reading for you. Without further ado, let's see what the cards have to say about independence for you. Of course, we'll start off on question 1. What card reflects my rose quartz friends' current state of independence? The Ace of Swords. Aces are the first card in that minor arcana, in the sword suit. Swords are about truth and knowledge. We're just grasping hold of that true knowledge, not the stuff that has been muddled up and kind of convoluted through society and through certain people's views. We're starting to cut through some of that crap, some of that mist, haze, and uncertainty. It may feel like we're at the very beginning stages of things. However, we've taken those blinders off, we've taken hold of that sword, we're starting to see a little bit of movement, a little bit of progression there, which is more than some people have done so far. And it's more than what we had in the past. We can't compare ourselves to others and their journey because their journeys are very different from ours. Knowing we've started that journey, knowing that those steps in that evolution is not only going to be meaningful, but you're going to be able to sustain it because you're taking it one step at a time. On to the second question. What has helped my rose quartz friends become more independent? Oh yes, I love this card. The Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles, a card that I like to call the Triforce Perfecta. You're working with yourself, those supports in that physical realm, and of course the supports in that astral or spiritual realm. Gaining that guidance, that wisdom, and of course that support. We were never meant to do this journey alone. The more we're balancing out and having those balanced relationships with the people in our lives, accessing the support of those higher vibrational beings, the more we're getting done. We're getting that guidance, that wisdom from those higher vibrational beings. We're gaining that support from our physical support team. And we're feeling more connected, more grounded, and more centered. That's helping us embrace more independence and connecting into that inner strength that we have. Question 3. How can my rose quartz friends increase their strength to become even more of a leader? The 12th card in the Major Arcana, the Hanged Man, or in this case, the Hanged Woman. That Let It Go card. Letting go of those preconceived notions, those limitations that others have put on you. And, of course, those limitations that you've put on your own self. Letting go of that, trusting in that universal energy, and of course, trusting in our own abilities, our own skills. Letting go, taking that deep breath, and trusting in this process. And you'll find that that lack of blinders and that more acceptance will inspire those around you, will strengthen your skills, and you become a very predominant silent leader. We lead best through example, and that's exactly what we're looking at here. Connecting into our support system will go a long way in inspiring those around us. And then question 4, what is holding my rose quartz friends back from embracing more of their independence? The Ace of Wands. Snake eyes. That inner flame, that passion, that ability to trust in ourselves, and most importantly our abilities, those skills, those talents. We haven't truly embraced this wand as we've embraced this sword. When we start to trust in our abilities and trust in ourselves, you're going to find that these two combined and amplify each other. But right now, our biggest stumble is that negative self-talk, that trusting in our abilities, trusting in ourselves, and what it is we can do. We need a greater understanding of ourselves before we're going to be able to truly embrace this wand. Embrace who we are and what it is we can do. On to 5. How can my rose quartz friends nurture themselves more to inspire themselves further? It's one thing to inspire others, it's another to inspire self. The Six of Pentacles. It's a balance card. And more importantly, it's just not any balance card. It's balancing our energies to those important areas in our lives. We feel exhausted, kind of feel run down, overwhelmed. It's up to us to take that deep breath, take that sword in one hand, take the wand in another, and channel that energy into both the physical realm and our spiritual realm. Most of us have been so focused in on those tasks that our physical world demands of us. Don't get me wrong, it's essential that we have that physical support and stability. However, we put so much energy and so much time into that physical job, into our physical world. We don't allow for that recuperation and rejuvenation that's going to allow us to have a bit more energy for that spiritual aspect. It's just as important as that physical one. And then finally, how can my rose quartz friends better use their independence in their lives? The Queen of Wands. That fiery, passionate, feminine energy. She owns it. She's the one queen that has that sass and that inner fire that dares people to take her on. In the original cards, Pamela Coleman Smith drew this queen, and she's sitting very stoically on her throne in this very beautiful, elegant yellow gown. She's not sitting like most queens in 1910 with her ankles crossed. Rather, she's sitting and owning it like a man with her knees open, embracing and incorporating that sensuality and sexuality into that very passion-centered energy. And we need that passion to spur forward that independence. We're still in that ace stage. We need to push it along a bit. And the more we own, and let's be honest, that queen owns it all. Own who we are, our skills, our abilities, incorporating them into our everyday. That's when that independence is going to take hold, it's going to root down, and it's going to flourish. Now we also, of course, have that double one. Can't forget those angel messages. In angel messages, when you've got that double one, the angels are encouraging you to believe in yourself and your abilities. Because what you're thinking about and focusing on is what you're going to attract into your life. So the more we own it, the more we allow those seeds to take hold and root, the more your independence will grow and thrive. I want to thank you guys so very much for joining me today and watching this video. I hope that you found this video fun and helpful, and you're able to gain some insight and direction into your independence. If you like this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for the latest content. There is so much more amazing coming your way, my friends. The best way to stay connected so you don't miss out on any of this amazing healing and insight is to subscribe to my channel and hit that little red bell so you don't miss a video. Also, if you enjoyed this video and want to support me in making more, I have a Patreon page with many tiers and lots of perks. In some of the tiers, the perks are private readings and healings with myself. I provided a helpful link below, so why not go check it out? Until tomorrow, my rose quartz friends. Hello and welcome, my serpentine friends. This reading is especially for you. Now, like always, I have the full tarot deck here, so you get the most comprehensive and meaningful reading for you. Without further ado, let's see what the cards have to say about your independence. So, of course, we'll start off on question 1. What card reflects my Serpentine friend's current state of independence? The King of Swords. Kings are that fully developed personality. They have the most control, the most power. That sword, about knowledge. Your independence is based on theoretical knowledge, not practical knowledge. We need to get out of the books, get out of our head, and start to live. Start to really nurture and allow those roots of independence to grow within ourselves. It's one thing to know about that independence. It's truly another to live it. When we live it, we're more able to own what's happening to us, and we're active participants in our lives rather than idle bystanders who are watching things pass them by or keeping their head in the books. Question 2. What has helped my Serpentine friends become more independent? The Moon, the 18th card in the Major Arcana, talks about that uncertainty and the unknown. That uncertainty and that unknown has spurred you forward, has made you want to answer those unanswered questions. That knowledge is going to serve us well. We just need to get out of the books and into our lives. We need to apply that knowledge. We need to apply it to our journey. Right now, we're stuck on our path. It's hard to see in this card, but there is a path here. We need to cross through that threshold. The Moon is a gatekeeper. Helps us clearly see what's happening. Helps us to connect in to that nurturing aspect of the Moon and that goddess energy, which will only strengthen and support our independence. And then question 3. How can my Serpentine friends increase their strength to become even more of a leader? The Queen of Wands. How I adore the Queen of Wands. She is the sassiest energy that you can get in this deck, or any deck. Queens are that feminine energy. And just like any energies, it's just not one specific type of energies. They're multi-layered. This feminine energy that the Queen of Wands embraces is that inner passion. In the original cards, Pamela Coleman Smith really nailed it with her original card. And some of it is dated, but if you look into it, you can feel that sassiness. The original card has this woman sitting with a yellow gown on her throne. She's not sitting like a queen in 1910 with her ankles gently crossed into the side. Rather, she's sitting with her knees open going, "You bring it on. I am so going to take you down." And it's that sass, that inner fire that's going to help inspire those around you, and in some cases, inspire you. The more you can own your passions, that inner fire, the more you're going to inspire. Additionally, we have that divine feminine archetype here and that divine masculine. That creativity and that production, if you will, those things that you will produce, like abundance per se, is right there. Applying that knowledge with that passion will take you far. On to question 4. What is holding my Serpentine friends back from embracing more of their independence? I actually really enjoy how the King of Swords, which is the everyday personification of the Emperor, being flanked by this goddess energy, and then the sassy queen, kind of makes me feel good. It really says that nurturing and sensual passion is really needed right now for you. And we have yet another feminine character. We have the Star, which is the 17th card in the Major Arcana. That hopes and dreams. What's been holding you back from this independence is that it kind of flies in the face of some of that long-term goal planning you have, those hopes, those dreams. In embracing that independence, you're going to have to modify and kind of switch up your hopes, your dreams, those long-term goals. This shake-up will support you in your evolution, because as we become more independent and we start to embrace who we are and own our skills and our passions, that's when you're going to see that natural progression of the Star anyway. So what's holding us back is something that we're going to modify and evolve as we evolve. But that fear of not achieving or failing at something is causing us to keep our nose in the book and not experience life at its fullest, because we are afraid to fail. If we don't try, we will never experience. We will technically fail at what we signed up for. That experience, that learning. On to the 5th question. How can my Serpentine friends nurture themselves more to inspire themselves further? It's one thing to inspire others. It's another thing to inspire self. And like I said before, the Queen of Wands will help with some of that inspiration for self. However, the Queen of Cups, dang, she's going to inspire you. I love these sisters together. The Queen of Cups is one of the most intuitive cards in the deck. There's only one other more intuitive card, and that's the High Priestess. That intuition, and most importantly, that intuitive creativity is going to inspire you and positively reinforce you in what you're trying to achieve and in embracing that independence, that strength, that inner self. The way that we are going to find more inspiration for self is working on our intuitive skills. And the best way that we're going to be able to do that right now is connecting into that creativity. We have the two sides of creativity. That passion heart center incorporated with that intuitive guidance. The pair of them can create the most amazing pieces and aspects in your life. Nurturing both sides of these creative parts of yourself will go a long way in understanding and embracing how to incorporate that knowledge into the everyday, getting ourselves out of those books and getting ourselves more present and active in our lives. course, we have those double queens. They're the 13th card in the Minor Arcana. When you have that multiple 13, the angels are encouraging you to calm your mind so you can receive the intuitive messages and ideas. Connects right back to that intuitive creativity. And then, question 6, how can my Serpentine friends better use their independence in their lives? The Magician. The first card in the Major Arcana talks about owning our skills and our abilities, incorporating them with those everyday elements to help those miracles occur in your life. Helps you to overcome those obstacles and those challenges. Helps ground you and your knowledge in applying it in the everyday. The Magician draws down that amazing universal energy and incorporates it in what you're trying to achieve. Incorporates it in with your skills, with your abilities, and most importantly, that knowledge, so that you are able to create, connecting into that passion, connecting into that creativity, finding that fulfillment and that meaning. And along the way, finding that abundance, bringing in and adding to your manifestation skills. So what you need and want is in your present and in your everyday life. I want to thank you guys so very much for joining me today and watching this video. I hope that you found this video fun and helpful, and you're able to gain some insight and direction into what your independence is offering you. If you like this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for the latest content. There is so much more amazing coming your way, my friends. The best way to stay connected so you don't miss out on any of this amazing insight and healing is to subscribe to my channel and hit that little red bell so you don't miss a video. Also, if you enjoyed this video and want to support me in making more, I have a Patreon page with many tiers and lots of perks. And some of the tiers, the perks are private readings and healings with myself. I provided a helpful link below, so why not go check it out? Until tomorrow, my Serpentine friends. Hello and welcome, my Auralite friends. This reading is especially for you. Now, like always, I have the full tarot deck here, so you get the most comprehensive and meaningful reading for you. Without further ado, let's see what the cards want to share about your independence. So we'll start off on question 1. What card reflects my Auralite friend's current state of independence? The Four of Swords. Of course, the Four of Swords is that rest and rejuvenation card. We've kind of put a pause on our independence. We've been thinking and distracted with other things. Some of it very meaningful. We needed that rest. We needed that rejuvenation. We need to continue on in our journey of independence and strength, so that we can continue on our evolution, continue on that journey and plan that we created for this lifetime. On to question 2. What has helped my Auralite friends become more independent? The Lovers, the 6th card in the Major Arcana, that intimate connection. Some of you know exactly who that connection is. Others, it may not be another individual. There's part of you that it is. It's going to be that predominant connection, that lover. Where others, that connection is going to be with yourself. That duality we hold within ourselves. So it's that relationship and how we've been working on and strengthening those different aspects of ourselves and those relationships with others that has helped get us this far on our independent journey. Our independence will strengthen as we strengthen not only relationships with others, but we reinforce and create a positive relationship with self. That one is a global statement. My Auralite friends need to strengthen that relationship within themselves, not relying on external relationships for that support, for that independence, because that independence is based on our individual strengths. That strength is with ourselves. Yes, we may have had people in our past supporting us, which is fantastic. However, it's now time that we stand on our own 2 feet, embrace that inner strength, that independence, and continue that journey of incorporating that strength into our everyday, creating more independence in our lives. Then on to question 3. How can my Auralite friends increase their strength to become even more of a leader? The Chariot, the 7th card in the Major Arcana. The Chariot is a balance card. It also talks about using that inner will and determination to overcome whatever challenges face us. Not backing down, relying on that inner willpower to overcome those obstacles, to conquer that next conquest. The Charioteer in the original card, there's a man standing in a concrete chariot, driven by a black and a white sphinx. He has no reins. He has no need for reins. He uses his willpower alone to push his team forward, allowing for that next conquest and victory. Ensuring that we have that balanced state of mind, using that willpower to connect in with that inner strength, incorporating the two, and allowing them to drive you forward on your path. The best way to inspire others is through active doing. That display of action inspires others to do their best, to push themselves forward. Inspiration through action is more meaningful for you and for them. On to question 4. What is holding my Auralite friends back from embracing more of their independence? Kind of liking how the 4 of Swords is flanked by 2 major arcana. The minor arcana is the everyday aspect. These are bigger picture pieces, bigger energies. When we embrace and incorporate these 2, it's going to overpower this kind of stuck, sedentary lifestyle that we've got into. It's going to be about that passion and connection with self, and that willpower and drive forward. That movement forward will help with that progression. The 7 of Wands. 7s are a challenging number. However, they're usually victorious when we put some work into it. The 7 of Wands talks about not backing down, to confronting whatever is facing or challenging you. Our ego is throwing up warning signs at you. This is dangerous. We shouldn't be doing this. Independence is scary. The Seven of Wands talks about that conflict. The conflict with self and that negative self-talk, and how we're kind of ready to pick a fight with anybody who says something to the contrary, something contrary to what we're trying to achieve. Even though we know everybody's on their own pathway, and they'll intertwine and run parallel and connect here and there, but they're different journeys. We're ready to pick a fight because we're a little bit concerned about the uncertainty of what this independence is going to mean for us. We need to be okay with sitting with this uncertainty. We need to be okay with sitting with this uncertainty. Gaining the knowledge from that higher self to help us out of that uncertainty. Using that willpower to help drive us forward. We don't want to sit in uncertainty too long because we're already kind of at a stagnant space here. We need to be okay with that uncertainty as we start to clear it. The fifth question, how can my Auralite friends nurture themselves more to inspire themselves further? It's one thing to inspire others, it's another to inspire yourself. The Three of Pentacles, also known for me as the Triforce Perfecta. The way that you're going to inspire yourself more is going to be by that connection in. This journey was never meant to be alone. We have support systems. We're going to need to access them, even though earlier I told you that you need to strengthen that relationship with self and not rely on others. It's not so much relying on somebody that we're talking about. It's going to be that union and cooperation of the three. Working with self, working with those physical support systems and those physical people, and that spiritual and astrological support team. When we try and do things truly independent and void of support and wisdom of the high vibrational beings, we start to wobble. And when we feel disconnected from our physical support team, we really start to wobble. We go back to that stagnation, that fear. Yes, it's essential that we rely on ourselves and strengthen that relationship with ourselves. However, I didn't say cut that individual out entirely. What I'm saying is strengthen that relationship within yourself so it's a stronger piece for you, a stronger tool. And yes, we do need that added support of our physical support team to kind of help nurture ourselves along. We don't need to do this alone, nor should we. And then finally, how can my Auralite friends better use their independence in their lives? The Page of Pentacles. Pages are that childlike, innocent energy. That pentacle, growth and abundance. How we can better use this independence is to help stabilize and grow that root system. The more connected we are, the more stable we are, the more we're able to grow and flourish. That independence becomes stronger. It helps guide and direct that growth. Right now we're kind of wobbly still. The Four of Swords, which is a foundational card, is telling you we're at a sluggish space. We're into that rest and rejuvenation. We need to start to kick things into gear. We can't grow up before we start to grow down. And it's in that down growth, that root system, where we're going to gain some aha moments of clarity and inspiration. Pages are that childlike innocent energy. They're full of play and excitement. They explore. They want to know what's happening. And it's in that energy of self-exploration, relationship building, connecting into that willpower, finding unique and creative ways of really owning them and incorporating them into your everyday. That's the root system that is going to help you flourish and thrive. Now, before we end off, we do have the double sevens. So the Chariot's the 7th card in the Major Arcana, and the 7 of Wands, of course, 7 of Wands. So when you have that double 7, the angels are telling you you're on the right path. Keep going. We've started this progression and this journey. We need to continue working on it. Working on that relationship and working on that willpower. Incorporating the two with that support system, using them to your advantage so that you have that ability to add a little bit of creativity and a lot of fun into your journey. I want to thank you guys so very much for spending time with me today and watching this video. I hope that you found this video fun and helpful, and you're able to gain some insight and direction into what your independence wants to share with you. If you like this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for the latest content. There is so much more amazing coming your way, my friends. The best way to stay connected so you don't miss out on any of this insight and healing is to subscribe to my channel and hit that little red bell so you don't miss a video. Also, if you enjoyed this video and want to support me in making more, I have a Patreon page with many tiers and lots of perks. In some of the tiers, the perks are private readings and healings with myself. I provided a helpful link below, so why not go check it out? Until tomorrow, my Auralite friends,